What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. My name is Nick. Today's video is all about getting the most out of your A1 Bamboo Lab printer. I recently picked up both the A1C and the A1C Mini, and I'm quickly learning there's a lot of mods. Today we're going to be upgrading the A1C's space saving, compatibility, and stability. This is going to be quick, so grab a cold one and let's jump right in. First, I want to talk about the space use for my A1C. I'm very limited when it comes to space. All my 3D printers are literally feet away from my office desk. So when I unboxed and put together the A1C, I knew that having the AMS Light on the desk was not going to work. So our first mod is going to be the top mount AMS Light. There is quite a bit to this mod and can be overwhelming for a first timer. Trust me, it's way scarier than it looks. Make sure you pick up the needed hardware if you don't have it laying around in your garage. And I'm pretty sure most of us won't. I will include a link to the hardware where you can purchase from Bamboo Labs. Or if you need it quicker, Amazon is always a great option. This mod is going to move your AMS Light off of the table and on top of your A1. This mod also includes the Z-axis stiffener, which is designed to dampen back and forth printer movements. Thanks to the special elastic dampener design at the bottom, there is minimal wobble even when the printer is in ludicrous speed and the AMS Light is fully loaded. The installation is super easy and Bamboo has a great video that shows you every step. If you want to add a little additional aesthetics to this mod, you can print these screw hole covers to give your mod a little bit more of a finished look. These were literally just released, so I'm printing them in the background while I record this video. Once you have your AMS Light top mount installed, the next mod is 100% crucial, and that is the AMS Light spool holder lock. The reason that this mod is so important is because I have already experienced a roll of filament tumbling off my AMS and wrecking a 17-hour print. So naturally, once that happened, I quickly printed these spool holders. Installation is very simple. First, squeeze all 3 of the spool arms and rotate the back plastic cap. Next, align the hole inside the cylinder with the spool arms and use your finger to pry them out. If your finger doesn't fit, try to use something like a wrench. Once those are off, slide the outer shroud off and remove the dark gray cap. Replace the cap with a printed nut and slide the shroud back on. Reinstall the end cap and all 3 of the spool arms and you're good to go. And here's what it looks like with that mod installed. No more filament spools falling off. To complement our spool holder lock is going to be our spool adapter. Now these are pretty universal with quite a bit of different filaments, but if not, then I suggest doing a quick search for the spool adapter and add your filament name. There are dozens of these that fit all types of different filaments. Nothing else to really talk about, just print, slip, and you're good to go. Now let's go ahead and talk about poop. By now I'm sure you know what filament poop is. For my A1, I decided I didn't want a huge poop bucket sitting on my printer table. So I went with a simple and compact poop bucket. This is definitely an opinion print and there's hundreds of options. I just like the simplicity of this one. If you decide to go with a desk poop bucket, then I suggest printing a poop deflector. It will keep some of those random flying poops from missing the bucket. I do have a suggestion though. If you plan on doing a lot of multicolor printing, go with a large poop bucket. This compact bucket will fill up very quickly. For me, I have a lot of prints that are well over 15 hours each, so I'm not worried about having to empty the bucket often. This may change in the future, so I may just print something else. But that's the beauty of 3D printing, right? When first completing my A1 build, I noticed right away that the hot end cable was more of a hot mess. It's quite floppy and looks like it could be adding stress where it connects. To fix this, I printed this cable conduit. As you can see, before I installed this mod, the cable just kind of hangs in the way. Once I installed this mod, it looks much better now, and is stress-free. I would also like to note, if you do not use the top mount AMS, then I would suggest printing this mod called the PTFE and Cable Guide. The PTFE and Cable Guide relieves stress on the PTFE tubes, preventing them from popping out by accident. It also guides the hot inside of the cable as well. This is a mod that handles 2 issues at once. The reason I didn't install this mod is because once you install the spool holder locks, this mod will collide with the extended nut that is installed. And I found that out the hard way. I also feel that this mod is not needed as much once you mount the AMS above, because now the angle of the PTFE tubes are much less. Next up, let's talk about 2 tools that are a must print. First is the PTFE tube removal tool. This tool is going to save your fingers. I tried removing the tubes without printing this tool and I should have just done it. It makes it much easier to remove the tubes when needed and your fingers will thank you. Moving on to our primary maintenance tool, and that's going to be our Z and Y maintenance tool. I have a similar one of these tools for my P1S and use it every time I perform a maintenance. I have yet to use this tool on my A1 as it's less than a month old, but I know it will be useful when the time comes. While we're talking about tools, let's talk about toolboxes, and I must say these things are pretty awesome. I have printed the P1S version of this toolbox, and they're just great. They're very sturdy and hold all the tools needed to work on our bamboos. I'm actually going to include 2 different versions of the toolbox, as one is much more basic but requires no additional hardware screws to build. I honestly love them and that's why I printed both. I plan to fill both of these with additional hot ends and maintenance replacements. Here's some footage of both toolboxes. Lastly, I would like to talk about upgrading my A1 remote viewing. I have a few of these Tapo C100 cameras and would like to use them for viewing all my prints on my P1s and my A1s. They have great video quality and the footage is super clean. I tend to print while sleeping or gone, so lighting on the A1 has been a battle. The camera has really good low light recording and even works great in the dark. I would definitely recommend these cameras as an upgrade to your A1. I will also include a link to the camera and the mod in the description below. There are quite a few different versions of this mod, so I'm going to use the one that connects to the LCD screen. Alright, that's going to conclude my list of A1 must prints. There are always new mods being released, so I may do a follow-up video down the road. If you don't see a mod that should be in this list, please leave a comment below and tell me. If you like this video, please check out one of the video suggestions on the screen. I pour a ton of time into each and every video that I release so you can get the most out of each view. Again, my name is Nick. I hope you're having a great day and happy printing.